Hello and welcome to Football Daily, where today we're looking ahead to next season to see which players and managers could turn themselves from hot prospects into superstars. Let's start in London. 10. Mikel Arteta. It's been a hard few years for Arsenal fans, but finally, maybe, things are looking up. The end of the season saw promising form from Kieran Tierney and Nicola Pepe, while a host of exciting academy graduates have restored the connection between the club and the city. But best of all is new coach Mikel Arteta, whose energy and authority have given the Gunners an identity on the pitch for the first time since Wenger, and brought him an FA Cup victory in his first 8 months as a manager. Under Unai Emery, Arsenal were a defensive mess, allowing nearly 16 shots a game, a tally which has shrunk to around 12 under Arteta. And while there is clearly work to be done, the players are noticeably fitter and pressing better, with the arrivals of Gabriel and William Saliba should also help. The attack, on the other hand, is the worst it's been in years, but the young coach has already convinced Aubameyang to sign a new deal, while his development of Raheem Sterling bodes well for the futures of Saka, Martinelli and Pepe. The race for Champions League football will be tough next year, with Man United and Chelsea flexing financial muscle to lock up 3rd and 4th spot. But if Arteta can get close, with a lopsided squad and an empty wallet, he'll announce himself as a major managerial talent. 9. Ryan Gravenberch. Having lost Frankie de Jong and Donny van de Beek in the space of a year, Ajax will need reinforcements in the engine room next campaign, and in typical Ajax fashion, they have at least one ready to go. 18-year-old Ryan Gravenberch turned down interest from Milan and Man United this summer to sign a new deal with the Amsterdam outfit, and if his limited game time so far is anything to go by, he'll explode this season. Gravenberch became Ajax's youngest ever player when he made his debut at 16 in 2018. And though he's made just 9 top-flight appearances since, his numbers are outstanding. Likened to Pogba by ex-teammate Justin Kluivert, Gravenberch shares the Frenchman's vision, producing over 2 chances per 90 from deep midfield and contributing a goal every other game for the club's under-21s. He's also an exceptional dribbler, completing nearly 4 take-ons a game last year, better than de Jong when he was in the Netherlands, and at a 90% success rate similar to the Barcelona man. He pulls his weight defensively too, and at 6'3" already looks like the ideal blend of size, strength, skill and smarts. With a year to earn a Netherlands call-up for the Euros, he'll be keen to show what he can do. 8. Robert Skov. Julian Nagelsmann may be gone, but his legacy of innovation at Hoffenheim lives on. The South German side are known as one of the most forward-thinking in the Bundesliga, and routinely pick up starting players from unlikely sources like the Swiss League, the 2nd Division and Denmark, where they found Robert Skov, paying Copenhagen €9 million for his services in 2019. In his homeland, Skov was a winger, and in 2018-19 bagged an incredible 29 goals and 10 assists in 34 league matches to be named Danish Player of the Year. At 23, that made him a smart gamble for a clever club, but Hoffenheim found that Skov's talents went beyond goalscoring, deploying him in 7 different positions in the 2019-20 season, including at left back and centre forward. But despite the inconsistency in playing deeper on the field, he was still able to register 11 goal involvements in the Bundesliga, ranking 2nd for chances created and 3rd for shots taken at the club. After a year of adaptation, Skov should be ready to excel in 2021. And with a young, exciting team developing around him, he could lead Hoffenheim back to the Champions League places. 7. Riqui Puig. Arthur and Rakitic gone and Vidal suing the club for an unpaid bonus, it's fair to say Barcelona's midfield is in trouble. Even the arrival of Pjanic seems 3 years late and 30 million too expensive. And with Busquets now 32 and Frankie de Jong a shadow of himself, Ronald Koeman has work to do. But in Riqui Puig, a 21-year-old La Masia graduate, he may have a player who can improve the team and appease the fans in one go. As Federico Valverde has shown at Real Madrid, the modern game requires work rate to complement finesse, and Puig is happy to oblige, with 26 pressures per 90, second in the squad to Arturo Vidal. But he's not just an energy merchant, also passing into the box the 4th most at Barca and completing 2 dribbles a game, behind only Messi and Fati, and vital with the departure of Arthur for Juventus. He even grabbed a couple of assists in his 5 starts, as many as de Jong and Busquets did in 29 and 33 appearances respectively. Despite the plaudits lavished on their academy, the last world-class prospect Barca produced was Thiago, whose Bayern Munich handed them an 8-2 beating in last term's Champions League. If Puig can get anywhere close to that level, the crisis in Catalonia might be shorter than expected. 6. Emile Smith-Rowe. With 7 Premier League clubs outscoring Arsenal last season and 14 taking more shots, you'd have expected the club to pursue an attacking midfielder this summer. But the leading targets so far have been Aouar and Thomas Partey, neither an out-and-out creator. And with Mesut Ozil out of favour, a return to Mikel Arteta's preferred 4-2-3-1 might hinge on the development of Emile Smith-Rowe. Now 20, Smith-Rowe has made just 2 Premier League appearances for the Gunners, but has serious pedigree, winning the Under-17 World Cup in 2017 and counting RB Leipzig and Monaco among his admirers. A loan to Huddersfield in the back half of 2019-20 has only enhanced his reputation, with 4 goals and assists in 13 starts, while his tally of 2 shots, 2 dribbles and 2 chances created per 90 all look very promising, especially given how easily other attackers like Maddison, Buendia and Grealish have made the jump from Championship to top flight. Faster and harder working than Ozil, Smith-Rowe seems a natural fit for Arteta's style of play, and with Aubameyang and Pepe in front of him, he's got all the materials for a star-making campaign. 5. Reece James. Another youngster stepping up from the second division is Reece James, who has gone from 18th in the Championship to 4th in the Premier League in 12 months. Wigan's Player of the Year in 2018-19, James got 30 League and Champions League appearances in 19-20, earning more game time than Giroud and Alonso, and despite the Blues' insane summer spending, will begin the new campaign as Lampard's first choice right-back. Stylistically, James looks similar to Liverpool's Trent Alexander-Arnold, as a fullback who's heavily involved in possession and attack. While he wins a respectable 3.4 tackles and interceptions a game, he creates 1.5 chances, the same as Pulisic and Mount, and his mark of 1.8 dribbles is 4th best among all Premier League fullbacks, impressive for a 20-year-old and suggesting he could mature into a world-class all-rounder in his position. With Trent, Walker and Wan-Bissaka competing for a spot in the national team, James is a fight ahead to get noticed, but he is arguably a better defender than the Liverpool man and a better attacker than the Man United one. Another strong year could give Southgate a tough decision ahead of next summer's postponed Euros. 4. Shon Weissman. It takes something special for us to care about mid-table Spanish outfit Real Valladolid, but Shon Weissman is an unusual forward. The Israeli joined this summer for a club record €4 million from Austrian side Wolfsberger, having pipped Erling Haaland and Patson Daka to finish as the top scorer in the Bundesliga last season, netting 30 in 31 league games and 37 in 40 in all competitions. Despite Weissman's showing, Wolfsberger were never going to beat RB Salzburg to the title, but he did help the club net 22 goals more than the season before, while his 8 assists in all comps meant he contributed to a goal every 76 minutes. And that bodes well for Valladolid, who as a team only scored every 107 minutes in La Liga last campaign, netting just 32 goals in 38 league games, the 3rd worst tally in the division, and no doubt a particularly painful stat for their owner, legendary Brazilian striker Ronaldo. Having turned down Rangers and Schalke, Weissman knows he is in demand, and at 24 he'll have half an eye on his next move already. If he can shine in Valladolid, the Pucalanos could see a huge windfall in 2021. 3. Reinier. Arriving at Real Madrid as an 18-year-old must be daunting, but for Brazilian midfielder Reinier, it must have seemed his natural home. Joining from Flamengo for €30 million in January 2020, the teenager had already won a title and the Copa Libertadores, South America's Champions League, and with Isco and James Rodriguez having played under 1,000 minutes combined over half a season, it was clear that the number 10 position was up for grabs. However, Martin Odegaard looks set to take that spot in 2021, and Reinier will instead seek to make his mark at Borussia Dortmund, whose development setup turned fellow Real loanee Achraf Hakimi from a reserve player valued at £4.5 million to a superstar valued at £54 million. Reinier has the talent for a similar rise, having scored and assisted 8 in 8 league starts in 2019, and he couples attacking flair with an excellent work rate, winning possession for his side roughly 3 times a game, better than any midfielder at Madrid except Casemiro. That should see him adapt well to the high-speed German league, and with Götze leaving, Royce 31 and Gio Reyna still just 17, he'll have plenty of opportunity to impress. 2. Martin Odegaard. Okay, so we've spoken about him a lot, but there's a difference between Martin Odegaard, the promising kid at Real Sociedad, and Odegaard, the starting number 10 for Real Madrid. It looks like we should see the latter in 2020-21, after Zinedine Zidane cut short the Norwegian's 2-year loan spell to the Basque side, selling James Rodriguez to make space for the 21-year-old at the Bernabeu. It's not hard to see why. Odegaard got 10 involvements for La Real last season, and over the course of the year, he created more chances than anyone at Madrid, ranking 5th in the division with 1 more than Toni Kroos. He's also tough to knock off the ball, with 2.2 dribbles a game, about the same as Isco, and he works harder than the Spaniard too, making roughly 18 pressures per 90 minutes. Good for 3rd in Los Blancos' squad, ahead of Isco, Federico Valverde and even Casemiro. While number 10s were once luxury players, Odegaard is the blueprint for the modern kind. A creator and goal threat who can also help progress the ball, close down opponents and track back. We can't wait to see what he can do next to Eden Hazard and Karim Benzema. 1. Andrea Pirlo. Sacking a manager normally suggests a team is in crisis, but Andrea Pirlo arrives as a coach at a Juventus who have just won their 9th consecutive title. And arguably the squad's biggest problem is not that it's thin, but that it's too large. Rumours suggest that the Italian's first task will be trimming his team, with Higuain, Khedira, Rugani, De Sciglio, Costa, Ramsey and Bernardeschi all linked with moves away. But that hasn't stopped the old lady from capturing Kulusevski from Atalanta and Arta from Barcelona. And if further space can be made on the wage bill, Pirlo has the makings of an exciting side. Reportedly, the World Cup winner is an admirer of Ajax and wants to build a fluid, high-pressing, versatile side, while he also wants to recruit a forward to play alongside Ronaldo and in front of Dybala in an attempt to reinvigorate the attack. Meanwhile, a mooted switch to a back three could prolong the careers of Bonucci and Chiellini, and allow Demiral, Romero and De Ligt to get on the field without destabilising the defence. Pulling all that off is a huge job, and one requiring man management, tactical skill and single-mindedness. But when you face a rebuild, you could do worse than hiring a man once nicknamed the Architect. So guys, that was our rundown of 10 breakout stars for the 2019-20 campaign. What did you guys think of the script, and did we miss anyone out? Let us know in the comments down below. As I said earlier, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you next time.